So now a whole bunch of guards are like all like civilians running after him. He runs through the guard post, but they're still following him into the next district. And like eventually gets to the Silver District. But yeah. Meanwhile, this ritual is successful. During this whole thing, they keep hearing rumors about like people being murdered, specifically like I don't know, there's not much details you can get. There's just people dying, like disappearing. Um, that's all the information I gave them at the time, because I don't know, like, they didn't really investigate further into it. Just get heard rumors. So they find like they hear about this rioting, and they're like, why? This is the part where they realize they never split up the team or never split up the party. So they run. Uh, I think Oscar found Rogar's boots of leaping and striding in the cave, dragon cave, because my friend's really attached to those boots. I mean, those boots are really nice. Like they're very versatile. Like in and out of combat. Uh, Picks up like holds onto Lily and then leaps him over the wall into the Silver District, bypassing my whole quest system that me and my friend thought up. But no biggie. I like how it turns out anyway. I like the pure chaos of people's decisions. Now they're in the Silver District. They run in like I think they come across a dead corpse, male, naked, looks like a raisin. And by saying looks like a raisin and nude and male, they kind of deduced it was a succubus killing all these people. So, while they're in the Silver District, they've run into Tikal, like in an inn. Like, what the fuck did you do? And when he's about to talk, like tell them, um, when he's about to tell them, he's like, there's like people like yelling, screaming. They look outside. They're like, we caught this person who started the riot. They're like, oh no, this can't be good. And Milo the Bard was captured by guards along with some other people who were in the riot. Um, so the call's like, should we have to go rescue him? And this is their out. Like, I gave them an out with this NPC. Like, I like at some points I was controlling him, but I didn't really want to control him anymore, and I didn't know what to do with him. Like, why would this NPC just keep following them? So this was their out. Like, I gave him an out with this character, and for some reason, the person playing the call like was really attached to this bard. So he wanted to rescue him. So eventually they put up a rescue plan. Um, while they're coming up with a plan, I think they were investigating like during the night to figure out who was like, so they can find the killer, because they thought they could get brownie points with the guards so they catch the murder, and they do like I think the call on his escape from Bronze did find a woman running away from the scene that Oscar and Lily jumped into and found. Like a woman with like red hair and whatnots. Like the red hair really stood out. So during their investigation, they actually come across her like on another victim, and confirms that, hey, look, a succubus. She tries charming Oscar. It almost works. Lily comes like they have this whole entire fight. Um, they were winning, and since the succubus is a plot device, because they notice that the succubus also looks like the princess. You're like, ah, God, it's double. This can't be good. And it was plot device, so a portal opened up, she got away. You're like, oh, she's working with the antagonist. So, they learn that the princess is going to be at the execution of the rioters. They find out where it's being held. Oscar's Oscar like challenged the executioner. They're like, I want to be the executioner. I have all this. Tries to bluff. Like, he kind of bluffs his way through. Like, I have all these like a resume type thing. And you're like, well, why don't you just beat up our like executioner, and whoever wins gets to be the executioner. And he eventually won. I think the executioner was a barbarian. He beat the shit out of the barbarian. So they had this like little thing planned out to rescue Milo and the people, and also expose the succubus. Uh, Oscar was like stalling hardcore until the Call and Lily get into positions. They launch an attack onto the princess lookalike. I think they use Wall of Fire or Ring of Fire, something like that. And to protect yourself, she turns into like grows wings and flies out of the way, or flies up and out. And you're like, the guards are like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, we'll explain later. Get her. So they're able to take down the princess lookalike succubus. And they're like, oh, there's a fake the whole time. And you're like, that's what we're trying to tell you. They're like, we have the real princess, so them Omega gets taken to the castle, bypassing Gold District, because like at that point they're already established. Like they already outed everything. There's no reason to go through Gold District to get to the castle. They need to get right to the castle. So the princess gets taken. They meet the king and the king's advisor, and it's very evident that something's evil's going on. Like, the king is super incompetent. It's also like, I don't I don't portray leaders very well in my D&D campaigns. Like, if you watch my if you go on this channel and watch my Star Trek misadventures, my people in power comes off incompetent, and that's mostly just me. I'm not that good a leader. I don't portray them very well, but it's very evident that he's not the real, like, he's the king, but he's just a puppet, and they need to find the puppet master. Also, it didn't help that I described the king's advisor Estrom as, like, I was like, you know how Jafar looks, and you're like, oh, this is the bad guy. I'm like, why do you think it's the bad guy? I'm like, you described him as this Jafar from Aladdin. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't mean he's evil. He just looks sort of like him, scar, bald. You're like, he's clearly evil. they get their first cart and they get sent on their way. And they leave Omega and the princess at the castle, and the like babysitting arc is over. They can go and do whatever they want, and they still have a contract for a Hydra pieces for the Wild Hunt. So we'll get into that later. So until next time. I think the next story arc is just I think I wrote it as I think it's just gonna be like backstory. To call it's the arc is Tikal's backstory, more or less.